Really? You're gonna be upside down? Hey, I'm right side up. Look at that. Everything else is upside down. I don't get it. You're not gonna do this? Refresh? Woo! I'm live, I can't really tell. I get no feedback, but it says I'm live. So, hey, look, it says I'm live. Isn't that great? I'm hanging out sewing. It's an exciting day. But I'm live. Sewing live. Apparently live is a new big thing. Not that anybody watches. I have like 3 subscribers. So it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Right? It doesn't fucking matter. Look, I'm sewing. Great, I just broke a needle, as indicated by that lovely sound. But I'm going to finish the scene because I'm an asshole just like that. How boring my life really is. Hang out in my studio and I sew. Pretty much all day. I get a couple days off where I sleep. I got 2.5 coats to make for tomorrow. A lot of work. I like to pin fake fur because otherwise it walks around. I'm gonna get a bed here. Yeah, right. How about over here? Hey! That might be it. Little prop. I buy needles by the box because I break so many of them. You hit a pin, it gets barbed on the end, cause snags. You don't want that. Put in your needle, make sure that the long slotted end goes towards where the thread is coming from, because it creates a spot for the thread to come down into. When I was new, I made that mistake. I put the thread in the wrong way. Had a lot of frustration. The needle in the wrong way. Had a lot of frustration. Didn't know any better. So if you're a noob, I also bought an industrial machine, or helped a friend buy an industrial machine. And I didn't sew that well because the needle was in backwards. And so she got it for real cheap. And that's YouTube, see what's going on over there. Looks like it's starting. I'm only 5 minutes into it, and it looks like YouTube's finally taking it. You always want to push the nap of the fur into the seam so that when you're finished with it, you don't need to pick out the fur and it looks good. Otherwise, you gotta brush that shit out a lot. And if you got fur that has any texture to it, like curls and shit, and you brush it, it's just gonna fluff out on you. So you can't brush it too much, which is why this is crucial. For sleeves, you want to line up that corner up to the notch, and you don't need any. You shouldn't have any easing with the armpit. And all the easing should come from between the notch and the top seam. Let's see if I can do this so you can see it. There we go. So I got this gap here. Here's my gap. This is how I ease. Try to do it so you can see it. I got my gap. What I do is I brush my fur in, grab it here, and then where it comes together, everything is tension right. Get your center lined up. Toss in a pin perpendicular because you want this seam not to shift. I like to go above and below that one because there's still a little bit of easing that needs to be done. And I do the same with the back. In the corner, in the notch. Ease around the shoulder. I go in and out with my pins. Try to keep the pin in between the layers of fabric. That way they don't snag on the top or the bottom. I learned this trick from a friend of mine. For pinning. I hung on to it because it was so good. Otherwise, you needle may snag your finger, pull it into the presser foot. It's like a little hook, a fish hook, hooks on your finger. You gotta be quick to stop your machine, otherwise you're gonna sew right over your finger. And that shit ain't good. Guy said to me once, "You're saving the world 5 inches at a time." But really, if you do a long seam, it's likely to shift on you. So I do short seams, and especially for fur, you do short seams and you adjust. Because you have to constantly adjust on the fur. Again, it'll shift around on you because of the nap and the directionality of the nap. You want to hold it, you want to help it. Unless you got one of those fancy walking foot machines, which I do not. Check out my fancy pin cushion. I just put a magnet down here and I just toss my pins at it. this. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's alright. I just have to come down here to talk to you. And then my head gets cut off. There so. About that much. Oh, 2 points. That was cool. Alright. Boom. Let's see what YouTube has to say. And stay like this. Let's do it now. Got my sleeveys attached. And now I do the side seam. This is the easy way to do the sleeve. Sew your sleeve on. And then you sew up the side seam. And yes, fur is this difficult to work with. Especially when you can't see what you're doing because everything's black. Pin up the underarm seam, above and below it, lock that into place. Go to the corner of the sleeve, pin that. Then take all the snap, run my finger down it. Oh, look at that! Boom! Go to the middle, drop in a pin, and I'll go on either side of that, drop in a pin. It's a straight seam, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, it does. It's a straight seam, so it's easier, so I should say. Easier to pin. You don't need as many pins. That's about one, two, three, four. I got 5. And I come down to where the pocket connects. Boom. Boom. Just partially map, stick you together. Throw a pin on the fur. I leave the pocket hanging. That's just cotton woven, it's easy to do. Alright, and on the bottom, below the pocket, I don't know if there's anybody in the chat. Probably not, because there's probably not anybody fucking watching. Doesn't really matter, right? I'm just sitting here sewing. Maybe you can watch it at a future date if I decide on archiving this, or if this thing even archives. I don't fucking know. Pin below the pocket. Pin in the corner on the bottom. And I'll probably throw in another one in between the bottom of the pocket and the bottom of. Exactly, here we go again. Boom. Let's brush that. Nap right in there. So it should. Put this down here so you can see a little bit more. You can't even see what I'm doing here, can you? I'm gonna need this thing back. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Kinda. So I'm gonna take fur. Straight seam, go a little faster. Don't go too fast. Don't go faster than you're used to. I got in trouble once working for a company with this lady who was real fast. Like, stupid fast. I couldn't keep up with her. There's no way. I felt bad, because I thought I was a good stitcher. You encounter some of these Chinese ladies who stitch all the time. You can't compete with them, because they are really good. Oh! You don't want to hear that during a tattoo session. It's okay during sewing, because it's easy to fix all that shit. Coming up on my pocket. Take you over here. Really. It's all just bullshit. Hey, look. My machine. It's me sewing. So I got my needle buried. I'm about to turn this corner. Check out, I got some pattern matching going on in the pocket. I'll show that when it's done. Stitch on the pocket there. Just make sure the stitch is all locked in place. So it's not matching up all too great, but just a pocket. Tell by now I'm in a terrible mood. Notorious for forgetting pins. Alright, let's check out that pocket I just